Beloved sisters, welcome, welcome. Beloved sisters, welcome, welcome. Can you all hear me and see me okay? What a blessing to be with you, sisters. So grateful and excited that women are joining from all over the world. Here we are. Hello, hello, hello. And beautiful Clarice is going to be with you in our chat. Now, if you are watching in the school course portal, you can click where it says watch on YouTube. And that way you can join us live and the live chat, which will be really fun to get together, interact with each other. This is meant to be a very interactive and a beautiful gathering of women from all over the world. When we gather, we create so much more magic. So as you are coming in, let me know where you are joining us from. Hi, Stella. Stella, are you still in Italy? It's so beautiful to have you here. Hello, Anna. Hello, beautiful sisters. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so please come on into the chat by clicking on watch on YouTube so that you can come on over and connect with us and we can have a beautifully interactive experience, because I'm going to be taking us through some sacred questions, and it's so powerful to witness that you're not alone in your journey, and to know that so many other women are experiencing the same things that you are, desire the same things that you are ready to clear the blocks the same way that you are. Hello. Hi, Ingrid from Vienna, the heart of Europe. How beautiful. Hi, Anna from Bali. Amazing. Hi, Sharon. I see all of you coming in. Hi, Maya, joining from SC. Sorry, where is that? Paris. Laura, I was just there. Paris is so, so beautiful. Santa Clara, Maya, is it? From Italy, amazing. South of Italy by the sea. Oh, so lucky. I just had a bath too. Yes, my hair is wet too. I actually love doing my lives right after, yeah, of course, the goddess experience, because for me, holding a divine feminine business, being a high priestess, all of these layers, it's about embodiment, right? So my beloved goddess are beautiful roses. So you have all this divine masculine showering you with love. And I was deeply immersed in ritual, because that is what makes these offerings so potent. They make them actual transmissions, because it's the living, breathing of the divine feminine and masculine together. So you're going to feel this power. I just want to set the container for you so that you can know what's going to happen and then let go and let goddess and fully be here. So in terms of time, we may go up to 2 hours. We'll see if we can keep it to an hour and a half. But once we get interactive, I love to engage with you live. So we'll just flow with that. And I'm going to be sharing with you 3 sacred codes of the divine feminine in this beautiful, free transmission of awakening the powers of the full spectrum goddess. I cannot even describe to you what happens in your life when you return to your full power, and the depth of power it brings you to alchemize every challenge in your life, every inner and outer block, frustration pattern, to transmute it, and then to transcend it, not by bypassing it, but by bringing it into your wholeness, the full spectrum goddess. The goddess, truly, she has many names. Like she came to me in this phrase of the full spectrum goddess, but she is the Mahadevi, the ultimate, all-encompassing, all goddess, the omni goddess. which is what every single woman is. And when we remember this power and it unleashes through our lives, it changes everything, inside and out. The inner shifts transform and bring miracles and above and beyond dream manifestations to every part of your life. And I'll share some stories from my life and my clients so that you can really taste this and know that it's possible for you, but we're going to have so much fun. And I love doing live affirmations. So the format of my free masterclasses is a little different. If you've been in my like activations, my recent Abundance Goddess one, the Lionsgate that were paid, we do more rituals throughout in goddess circles. They're a little different. We'll do like a really long meditation at the end, not long, but so I'm going to give you a little bit of both here, okay? Because I really want, even though it's free, I deeply value your time, right? Time is such a precious resource. So there is that beautiful exchange here, and I want you to get so much from this. And very importantly, with the goddess, we want to drop down what you're hearing, the inspiration, into your body. So we will get our goddess on together, sisters. I'll say hello to more of you. Hi, Marina from Mexico. Amazing. Hi, Sharon from London. Yay. Oh, South Carolina. Love that. Welcome from all over the world, goddesses. And for those of you who do wish to go deeper, if you're like, oh my God, this was amazing, and I would love to go deeper, I will share a really beautiful, very special invitation with some very exciting time-sensitive specials just for my masterclass sisters, who I will reveal it to first. So you'll have first priority access. So I'm really excited about that for you as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to begin with a centering ritual to really help you to be here. And I do welcome you while you are here to just, I know it's so challenging right now, but I really welcome you to turn off all your notifications and not to go on the Instagrams and the socials and everything else while you're here, because I am going to set a template, a goddess vortex, if you will, so that you can really deeply just get so much from here, right? And the woman who's going to leave this masterclass, my intention is that you're feeling so much more golden through and through. That's what the goddesses are showing. So are you ready? Okay, beautiful sisters. So I'm just going to do a little smudging. I feel like it'd be beautiful to clear some energy. And if you haven't been in my energy before and seen me do this, just receive and trust that you're receiving it etherically. Closing your eyes, ensuring you have privacy, placing one hand on your heart, one on your womb, feeling the goddesses already with you, feeling their love fill you. It's so maternal. It hugs your heart. And you allow yourself to fully be here by grounding into Mother Earth, seeing roots growing from the soles of your feet into her very heart, seeing her divine Shakti, her radiance, her life force rise up and fill you through your feet, your legs, the base of your spine, and just charge upwards, igniting your chakras. Any stress, any tension, any fears, any worries, any concerns, any struggles that you have brought in, letting the light, the love of the Mother Goddess of Gaia just fill you and assure you that you are safe, that she is here to support you. You are safe, secure, and supported always. Let yourself let go with a deep breath. And opening your hands in front of your heart now in this beautiful receptive mudra. Feeling or seeing divine lights coming from the heavens and coming from the earth and coming from inside of you, for the goddess is everywhere. This divine white light that clears you, that bathes you, clearing you of everything and anything you need to release, so that you may fully receive all that you are meant to today. This pink light of the goddess, of her love, filling you, filling your heart. And you know that love is at the root of it all. It heals everything and it creates everything. And her light of alchemy, purification, transmutation, and divine protection and blessings, her Shakti, her radiance, this golden light fills you. It fills every cell with radiance. And it shines outside of you in a bubble of light. And now we see women gathering from all over the world, these radiant light beams, these spheres of light. We open our hands out and hold hands with our right palm up, left palm down, holding hands and feeling our hearts flowing the goddess's love through our hearts, through our right arm and hand to the sister that we feel sitting, that we're gathered in the inner realms around the world. To our right, and from the sister at our left, we're receiving. Our left side is our feminine receptive, our right, our divine masculine, our giving. So we're in the sacred circle, circulating divine love to all women all over the world who are joining us. Whenever you join us, we are connected. Moving our palms together in front of our hearts as the goddesses now create a temple around us. We have entered her sacred temple. And you are before the altar of the goddess. If there's anything else you wish to place on her altar, any prayers, place them. Share with her your intentions or what you are ready to open to as full spectrum goddess. Divine goddesses, I'm ready to release. Tell her what that is. I'm ready to receive. Tell her what that is. I'm ready to become my full spectrum goddess self, to remember who I am, and to be and to have it all in miraculous ways for my greatest good. I am ready to do my part in co-creating this as an empowered divine woman, as goddess herself embodied. So be it, and so it is. The goddess hugs you, holds you, and blesses you. And she is with you through and through. Slowly and gently opening your eyes and fully being here. So welcome all goddesses. Today we are going to go through these 3 sacred feminine codes to empower you to alchemize your fears, your wounds, your blocks. And remember your power to be liberated in all ways from anything that you feel has been keeping you stuck, any frustrations and disappointments and just those patterns that keep showing up. And we'll get to connecting on what those are for you later. And to create your divine dreams at divine speed with the goddesses, to become this beautiful channel of flowing miracles, because truly as women, that is our divine natures. We are all priestesses. We are all channels. And we can get so stuck and small in our own struggles not realizing that from the goddess, those are the initiations that wake us up to our power, so that not only, just as a first layer, we clear everything in our life and manifest all that we desire, but when we become purified, we become a channel of miracles for all around us. And this happens to me, my clients, like this is inevitable. It's just the nature of an awakened woman, a woman awakened to her full spectrum goddess self. And there's a really special, beautiful reason why this happens that I'm going to be sharing with you. So I have a question for us to connect with in the chat before we get into the codes. Do you feel at this place where you are that it is possible for you to have everything that you desire? And do you believe that it's possible for you to heal anything and manifest everything from deep ease and pleasure in the most miraculous ways? Because I know this to be your nature, but I want to see where you are all at right now. Hello, goddesses. So many more have joined us. Absolutely wonderful. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. And it's okay, you know, we're full spectrum women here, so we may have a full range of experiences. And we have a mantra in our Awakened Goddess training, which is my beautiful group program. And our mantra is, all of you is welcome here. So wherever you are right now, in the full range of your power, your self-trust, your trust in the universe, that yes, I can heal and clear and manifest everything right now, or I am ready to, or it feels a little far from me right now, or I've been trying, but I keep getting stuck. Yes, the time is now. No, I am not sure about anything. Thank you so much, Maria. Right? So this is what I mean, the full spectrum of experiences. Yes, but no. Yes, but still feel fear, unworthiness of certain things, right? We're keeping it real here. Absolutely. I want to believe it's my reality, but I always felt my location was blocking it. Oh, that's so interesting. Thank you for sharing that. I want to keep learning with joy. Yes. Okay, yes, I do. So we have a full range of experiences. And this is so natural. And this is so perfect because we are going to put it all in this cauldron of the feminine. Every woman here as a collective, we represent our our individual experience as well, right? I feel more ready than ever. Yay! Lupita saying, yes, absolutely, Salala. Wonderful. Okay, so we're honoring wherever every single one of you are. And if it doesn't feel that way right now, or if at times, right now it does, but at times it doesn't, it's completely okay. And this is why I'm doing this work. This is why we gather in these goddess places, because we have been living this masculine paradigm for so, so long. And many of us, I know for me, my like religion, my culture, oftentimes our workplaces, the media, just, you know, the patriarchy, it's entrenched in all of our systems and structures and our cultures and communities and circles. Even in women's spaces, we don't realize sometimes how much the patriarchy is there that can show up in jealousy and competition, judgment, projection, rejection. I remember once learning that like masculine aggression can be more like physical and feminine is more relational, right? So we have that shadow feminine as well, but it's been amplified by the competition and scarcity and lack that the masculine values. Well, not values, but kind of keeps us in fear, keeps us stuck, right? So the greatest harm that this does to us on an individual that keeps the patriarchy, let's just call it, in power, is by disconnecting us from our power. The greatest threat to patriarchal system is women who've awakened to their full power. This is why we've had the centuries of witch burnings, and this is why till this day, with what's happening to our sisters in Iran right now, and continues to happen, like Black sisters in America have had their experience, and just always in the world, there's, till this day, injustices, oppression, death to women, sometimes even just expressing ourselves, right? Wearing something, saying something, not wearing the right thing, not saying the right thing. And we carry this deep fear of shining, of daring to be our full spectrum goddess selves. It's the fear is so strong that it can actually be a self-preservation to keep us small and have like just enough, or even to have the struggle, than to fully be free and bold in our lives, in everything we have. So it's a disservice both ways, right? Like the patriarchy disconnecting us from our power, and us fearing our power, what may happen, makes it so that on an unconscious level, usually it feels safer to feel stuck. Now, are we going to let this stay? Are we going to let this paradigm continue? Fuck no. Fuck no. Right? And not only that, but just these paradigms and values of like hustle and struggle, and like the masculine, the feminine, of martyrdom and sacrifice and suffering. Fuck that shit. I am so over it for all of us. Like I said, here I am doing my beautiful masterclass after nourishing myself. My mom-in-law's here to be with baby. My hubby deeply supported getting these flowers, updating, like doing some website stuff for me, and being so nourished by every part of your life. Everything pouring into you from your own overflow flowing out, and then everything in your life pouring into you. This is the life I'm here for you. And what I'm here to do is to wake you up to the truth that in your full divine feminine power, this power unleashed within you, you create new realities and new paradigms in your own life and in the collective. This is how freaking powerful you are. And we become the vessels to create heaven on earth. So it is my mission for us all to do my part. This is why I have the full range of like free and for YouTube, and like my book, and lower, really affordable, like goddess circles, all the way to my, currently deepest work, which is with my Awakened Goddess training. So that wherever whatever level and depth of support you desire and are ready for in your life, that I have a way to empower you, to serve you, to lead you back to your power, really. It's not me doing the thing for you. It's you rising in your power with the goddesses, right? So it is time for us, sisters, to claim this and to take responsibility with love, that coming into your power is so much bigger than what you want for yourself in your life. Coming into your power is you healing women everywhere, you liberating women everywhere, and you becoming a vessel for the goddess to rise again and help to heal our world and our earth. Do you feel this? Like, do you feel the truth of this? Are you ready to accept this sacred assignment from the goddess, the sacred invitation from the goddess, that of course You have the power, and she's ready to awaken you to all of it, to create everything that you want to in your life on your terms, your goddess terms. But that even by just doing that, you free women everywhere with more permission to be and to have all that they desire. And if you're like, okay, Saima, this sounds really good. Where do I start? How do I open to this? And can I truly trust this path? Like that it does get to be this beautiful and this divine. You can see from our chat, you can see that you're not alone. We all wonder and doubt. We're all in this together, right? I was in this place for so long where there were just so many patterns of struggle and sacrifice from the masculine line of struggle and lack, and then inflicting oppression and abuse on the feminine. From the feminine lines, a lot of staying quiet, obedient, sacrifice, and suffering. And those becoming imprinted and coded in me, plus my own personal traumas growing up. I was stuck in this actual victim mode for a very long time. And honestly, I dreamed of like one day, because in my culture, like a woman only leaves her home when she's married. That's not what happened. But growing up, that's what I believed would be my only option. I would just dream of escaping this prison that I was in by getting married. But I had this thing of like that princess syndrome, that some hero, some noble knight, my man is going to come save me and rescue me from this hell that I felt I was in. But then I became my own heroine and my own knight and warrioress and goddess, and created heaven on earth for myself. And my beloved came along and we created even more heavens together, including our miracle baby. So I know, as the living, breathing embodiment of this path and everything it opens us to, and all my clients, like, not only is this possible, it being possible is not in my consciousness anymore. It's like, it is who you are, right? It is who you are. And I know that not only can you have it all, but I am here to open you today to you having it all in a way that feels so delightful, natural, beautiful, magical, in ways where you can't plan, you could not even fathom how things unfold in your life. The miracles, the ways that the universe, God, Goddess, surprise and delight you. And you begin to like dance in this expansion of your ever evolving self, new initiations and new desires. And when you rise and especially become this full spectrum goddess that you're opening to today, everything in your life rises to meet you there. Like energetically, it cannot be any other way. You are ascended and liberated and blessed in every way beyond what you could imagine. And you do become this vessel of infinite blessings. And these blessings are everything from epic orgasms to love that feels like the home of your soul. I was just thinking this last night, snuggling with Eric, that we are the home of each other's souls. And we've been together 14 years, and every single day, like the love and wonder and awe I feel for him and for us, and the love that we share, the passion that we share. It leaves me in awe. And this is the kind of love, right? Like the most divine love and union, the most meaningful purpose, dharma, and radiance and pleasure and vitality and creativity and dream opportunities flowing, and you being the source of bliss. Are you ready to receive this? I can feel your readiness. Oh, you're all so sweet. Yeah, imagine what the world would be if every woman could be in her power. Well, Maya and sisters, like, this is the responsibility we have to take together, right? So we have to make this sacred vow and commitment that we all are ready, divine goddesses, to rise in our power. Let's do it together. Let us do it together. Beautiful goddesses, we are so done with these old paradigms for ourselves and how we have personally experienced them and how they have oppressed our sisters for too long and continue to. We are fucking done. And we are now ready to rise fully in our glorious divine feminine full spectrum goddess power, to be liberated in every way, to free ourselves of all that oppresses us, to rise, to shine, to be and have it all from our feminine, and to give permission and divine inspiration and activation and liberation for all of our sisters and all women everywhere to be and have all that they divinely are. It is time, and we are ready. Okay, my loves. Oh, and just by the way, if anyone doesn't know me, if there is anyone here, my name is Saima Karal, and I am a divine feminine mentor, teacher, leader, healer, author of Goddess Reclaimed and Manifest Soulmate Love that are #1 Amazon bestsellers. And my mission, of course, is to liberate women into being and having it all from our feminine, through the ancient divine feminine goddess mystery school rituals, practices, and pathways. And at different levels, I offer the different depth of experience for that. And in my vortex, I'm very happy to say that when you enter, like especially my live vortex of the Awakened Goddess training, miracles happen the moment you join, because it is a living, breathing temple of magic and miracles. And this is my mission. And my knowing is that every single one of you who's here, every woman who's called into my work is awakening to her goddess. So that's why there's so many different layers to delve into this work, from free YouTube videos all the way to the Awakened Goddess training, and so many pathways in between, right? But after going through a lot of childhood trauma and oppression of the feminine and PTSD and depression and just everything in my life so blocked, it was the goddess that saved me. She first saved me where I should not have even actually been a functional person, and had a very highly dysfunctional life. I have a degree in psychology, and I learned about what happens usually to you when you've gone through that much trauma. Is like, you're not even likely to become functional or graduate high school, and unfortunately a lot of times even end up like just on the street. And for me to have survived what I did and then flourish and create the flourishing goddess lifestyle of overflowing abundance, empowering women all over the world, working only with dream divine soulmate clients who come to me, who are so appreciative and lovely and wonderful and powerful, and we co-create all their dreams together in sacred celebration, not just in our live work, but like the years, the magic keeps continuing. You know, and to have my beloved and my miracle baby after 8 years of infertility, which I manifested at the end of leading my first Goddess Mystery School round of the Awakened Goddess training. Well, I manifested his embryo, like the process of it, in the middle. And I got pregnant the day that we graduated from the first round of the 6 months journey. So The goddess always, always, always clears the way. And with her, when we return to her, like that, all that didn't happen because I'm here and she was up there and I was praying, she blessed me. There was no separation. Through the journey, I became her. And the way was cleared. And with her, the impossible becomes possible from within yourself, not from outside of yourself. And that's one of my big kind of beefs with law of attraction is in manifestation practices where they make us feel like we're separate, right, from our manifestation. And here's me doing all my rituals and everything. And then there's God or universe or the thing. And I hope I can attract it to me. With the goddess, when you return to your feminine nature and power and truth, it unfolds, it manifests through you. Vessel, priestess, channel. Okay, so with this, let us get to our code, sisters. I just hope you're feeling the context of this. And, now, you can trust me, you're in good hands. I know what I'm teaching, and you can really delve in now. The first code, and these 3 steps are like a process really of awakening, is rooted in the ancient goddess mystery school traditions of every woman's awakening to your full power. And do you know what this was and is? It is the death of the old self. It is the process of alchemy. It is the descent. So in many traditions, in the cosmos themselves, Ishtar, Inanna, they descend. The goddess descends. We're actually entering this vortex right now, if you're in the northern hemisphere, by entering fall, winter, and then the eclipse season in Scorpio and Taurus. This is the descent into the darkness, the death, the underworld. And it is actually the first step to awakening. This is where I awakened to everything that I felt was wrong in my life and was so sad about and so frustrated and confused, because like I grew up in a religious home. So I pray to God for everything. And like God wasn't answering my prayers, right? And it just felt so unfair until the goddess, I love God too, right? But it was just how I was raised. And that relationship I had with the Muslim God was very different than how I relate to God now, as divine, loving, holy Father, as divine masculine within myself, everywhere with my beloved. It's a very different relationship, very healthy and beautiful and divine. But the goddess initiated me into the healing from the inside instead of the complaining of everything on the outside. Everything that felt broken, not working, and frustrating and blocked, stagnant on the outside was a beautiful, powerful initiation for me to heal something within me. And then I didn't need to do anything on the outside except follow any divine guidance that came through, which then feels so inspired and aligned that it never feels like any kind of effort or hustle or, it just feels like it's being expressed through you. It's so fun and beautiful, and passionate, natural and aligned. But this is a sacred process. It's a death and rebirth process that many of us, I know it, if you're here, have already experienced in other lifetimes entering the ancient goddess mystery schools. Of the death of the old self and all the old illusions and beliefs and ways that we're separated from our truth and power. Right? And in this process, who goes in to this journey is not the same person who comes out. The old version of us dies to be reborn and emerges as the full spectrum goddess. And nothing about us is unworthy or like broken in a way where it's less than and we want to just get rid of it. No, the goddess calls it up. She actually descends us down so that we can face it, face our inner child wounds, our past life, our karmic, like whatever shadow emotions, all of it, so that it can be healed truly the way that it deserves. Deeply witnessed and seen and alchemized. And there's two processes for this, right? So there was like of our own choosing that I'm ready for a complete healing and transformation. Sometimes this is when things are really frustrating in certain parts of your life and you're like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm ready to release the old and create the new. And then sometimes, like where I am now, is you're ready for more and more expansion. And for more expansion, there has to be the death of like where you are today is the result of your past self, right? And then the decisions you make in this moment, in the present, and then consistently devote to over the next weeks and months are going to create the future. So for expansion, we embrace this transformation of our next level of emerging, and anything that needs to be seen, loved, healed, transmuted now. Because at every level, there's a deeper self-initiation that happens. So one way is like when we decide that I am ready, goddesses, let's go. I'm ready to heal and transform everything I need to clear the way, to be in the flow, to become the vessel, to let the miracles flow through me. And this is very powerful, right? And of course, we don't do this from any kind of shame or guilt or from a space of something's wrong with me and I have to fix it. It's like with such self-power. And usually, oftentimes women have like their fuck the shit moment. Like, I'm done with this, attracting the same kind of guys over and over, or the shitty, unfulfilling jobs, or not getting the opportunities that I want, or wishing I had this thing that this other person has. Like, I'm done. I am ready for what I desire and divinely deserve. And you're just like, you're ready to burn it all to the ground, everything that's not working. Okay, then the other is when, we didn't listen to our intuition. We didn't pay attention to life signs or our own body signs. Like sometimes the last place something will manifest when we're not paying attention to signs is in our body, in the physical. Usually we get messages intuitively, like this relationship isn't right for us, this home, we need to move, or this job, or whatever it is, and we don't listen, we're scared. And so the goddess will step in, and she, on her watch, like she does not stand for victim patterns that I was stuck in. Anywhere where we are feeling disempowered, complacent, or choosing to be disempowered, complacent, settling, compromising, making excuses. Sometimes we think like I'm just being practical. A lot of pessimist people will say, I'm a realist, but you're just a pessimist, right? And kind of logicking our way out of things that we really should not be accepting, that we deserve so much more. So in that case, the dark goddess will descend us into her underworld. This is the underworld of your unconscious healing, your inner child healing, karmic healing, your shadow self, right? All that darkness. So the full spectrum is like the darkest dark, which is the death, and the lightest light, which like the light, the queen of heaven, the queen of all, and everything in between. In there's like goddesses of liberation, there's warrior goddesses, there's creation goddesses, there's the full range. But the first initiation or step here is the healing, the transformation. And when we don't listen sometimes, from her benevolence and love for us, the goddess will bring us down, strip us down naked and raw and bowed low, like Inanna and Ereshkigal. If you don't know about them, please do get my book, Goddess Reclaimed, because they are the second initiation, where you will learn about this feminine process of a death and rebirth. We go through this in our bodies. If you're a menstruating woman, through your period, there's a death and rebirth. the earth goes through this with her seasons, right? So that's why it's so natural for us. And even if it sounds scary, I assure you, it's not always easy to be in it, but you always do come out. And I will talk about the ascent. It's a cycle. So I was talking about manifesting my beautiful baby in my first round of the Awakened Goddess training, which is my 6-month mystery school, Goddess Mystery School, rooted in these traditions. And when I led the second initiation, which is the descent, right before that, actually, right when we started the Awakened Goddess training, I had such a beautiful first round of women joining so quickly, and dream sisters coming, and it was so high with just bliss. And we did our final 2 embryo transfer from my first IVF cycle. And so there were twin embryo babies, and I lost them both. And I didn't share that with my group at all. And because I was there to lead and hold space for everyone else, not the other way around. And so I kept that to myself. But in the initiation, I was death. I was the grief. I was stripped down. I never felt more raw. And as the essence of grief and rage and darkness. And this is one thing, if you're a leader, a priestess of the goddess, is she will not let you teach from your knowledge, and even always just from your living practice. But the more you want to rise and serve her, she will make you become what you are teaching. And thankfully, as we went through the cycle, the miracles opened and the way was clear. But what happened, though, which was such a miracle, was later in the initiations, when we begin to see the root cause of the block, I finally, I had worked with healers for 7 years of the fertility journey to uncover the block, and, tried everything. But it wasn't until I did this goddess work myself in this specific way, where they finally showed me there was a karmic block with some family members, where in another life, it was not safe for me to be and have it all in front of them. They basically persecuted me. And then in this life, I experienced a lot of their wrath as jealousy and psychic attack and actual attack. And so I let them have the families, and that I wouldn't, as an exchange, that, okay, then you'll feel sorry for me. And if you feel sorry for me, then hopefully you won't want to hurt me, because I don't have kids in front of you, and I'm not so happy in front of you. I'm really sad about this thing. That changed everything, because I was like, fuck this shit. This was it at the end of it all. A lot of the work that I was doing was on myself, healing my inner child, healing my womb, talking to my babies, and spirit, spirit baby communication. And that was always so clear. My womb was like, I'm shining, I'm radiant, I'm flourishing. My inner child is like, I'm frolicking in the meadow with the fairies. My babies were like, we're here, mama. I just couldn't figure it out. And I hadn't realized until I did my own process with the goddesses that had nothing to actually really do with me, but this soul contract. And I was like, fuck this shit. Right? And so I did with the goddesses the sacred work to take back my power and to rewrite and recode and reset everything, so that I knew that it is safe for me to be and have it all in any and every lifetime. I took back my fucking power, and I got my baby. I got pregnant, and I had my beautiful baby. And then the other thing was, I think it's really important to share, is during the process of my transfer, my IVF transfer means, for those of you who don't know, fertility treatment, it's when the baby embryo that's been created is transferred into your uterus with this process. And I want you to know that I was very nervous during that process, because I still had some PTSD from all the losses from before. We lost 5 embryo babies in our first round, and he still came. And what I know is that when we open the way, we also don't have to be perfect. There is no pressure, like with a lot of manifestation practices, that you have to be in perfect alignment 100% of the time, that you have to have positive thoughts only, that you have to be high vibe all the time. You get to be the full spectrum experience, gives you permission for your fear self. You can still have some fear and anxiety and all of that and experience miracles. And I know that part of this alchemy was that I embraced my dark goddess self and my dark self. And she's equally present till this day. And I love her. And she has full permission to show up. She might show up as my wounded inner girl still sometimes, or my shadow self, or my self-doubt, or a past life trigger. So, and like the more I want to expand, it's always a new layer of, is it safe to go this far? Is it safe to have this much? Is it safe? Is it safe for me to go further, to have more now, more and more? And the best part is you can have all of this there. I know that it's okay. I don't need to be perfect, and there's no pressure. I get to be my full spectrum self, including my dark goddess self. And the peace that it brings you as a woman, releasing all perfection, and that good girl thing has been entrenched in us for so long. Like, do this and then you'll be rewarded. You have to earn your good. You have to become good enough, worthy enough for it, right? Which leads so many times to patterns of overgiving and overtrying, and even overgiving and trying in our manifestations, or what we want to manifest or create in our lives. So I want to check in with you and ask, how does it feel in your feminine body to know that you can be all of yourself, all of your dark and all of your light, that your past and present and future selves, they're all sacred and welcome here, and are part of you coming into your full power that unleashes and opens you and makes you the vessel of healing and miracles. How does that feel in your body? Does it feel natural? Does it feel like a coming home? Yeah, it is a lot of intense inner work, but that's why I like working with the goddesses, because they make it so much more powerful. We feel so safe and loved and supported and guided, and they open us to all this magic, and they open us to all these wisdom codes inside of us. And we're like, I'm so magical. Where was all this magic inside of me all this time? I feel relief and safety when I release the ties, that bound me to this experience. It feels very freeing and empowering. And yes, this is it. I just want you to feel like it is so safe to bring all of myself forth. And no part of me needs to be denied. And I don't need to feel bad about my self-doubt. I don't need to feel bad about my unworthiness. Every single time I host, a class, or even my AGT, I'm just going to say AGT for Wicked Goddess training. All of us struggle with unworthiness. And like, even when we want to go to the next level, like we've cleared all the main things or the original blocks or patterns. And, there's levels of ascension that keep happening, and expansion and evolution. At every level, there's going to be new fear. And sometimes it's the same pattern, like unworthiness, self-love, doubt, fear, but it's just a different level of it. And it's all welcome. And you're still capable of creating miracles. It feels liberating, empowering, so beautiful. Yeah, I know, my love. I'm sorry. I'm just reading some of the more personal comments here. It feels like I can be vulnerable too. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You absolutely can. So I hope that this is landing for you. Okay. So like a really happy update we have is one of my clients who joined AGT 2. This was fall of, no, sorry, it was spring of 2021, and then we graduated right before December holidays of last year. And when she joined, she had a pattern, like she was someone, I'm saying this because someone in the chat mentioned having a karmic bond with the masculine and trying to release that. So she had a karmic bond with the masculine as an ex and just had no faith that she could get over this and free herself from it. It kept her so stuck, even though what she truly wanted was to manifest her true soulmate and move forward with her life. And this was keeping her stuck in every way, like where she lived, with her job, with her friend circle, everything. And when she joined AGT, like right away, it was like, you can only enter, something shifts the moment women join because it's such a powerful decision. So right away, she manifested a new job in a new city. They took care of even like behind the scenes immigration stuff for her, like really went out of their way to support her in coming. I think helped her find a home, and she got a home like in the forest with lovely roommates who were so beautiful. Made a friend right away. She met a girlfriend through one of our AGT sisters of that round, who taught her all about girliness, and she started like wearing red lipstick and dressing like expressing a new part of herself. Most importantly, this led to her breaking free of the pattern of her ex. And so by the end of our program, she had these suitors lining up for her. She's like, I don't even know who to talk to, but she was so relaxed about it. But I want to assure you that at different points, she still had the doubt come up. Like, is it really possible for me? Or it was like sometimes 2 steps forward of progress. I'm over my ex and finding freedom, to 3 steps back. Oh, something happened and I feel back, and it's okay. She was always held. And from her sovereignty and power and with the goddesses, she did take back her power. She lined up all these suitors. She met her soulmate, and I'll share this at some point on my socials or email because she's given us permission. She is getting married this November to her soulmate. And she just updated us that he traveled like 500 miles to see her for her birthday. He arranged the most magical trip of all places to Egypt. Took care of every single detail. And even though she's Indian and has so many beautiful Indian goddesses in her, like her life, she said Goddess Isis was with us the whole time, and they went to her temple and they shared pictures with us. She's like, I like Isis from AGT, and she's like, in my life, she called me to Egypt. She blessed our union, and it was right after that trip. I don't know if he proposed or what, but they basically decided that they're getting married. So in less than a year, from healing with this toxic karmic masculine pattern to marrying her divine king. And there was no perfection here. There was no pressure. All of her, the dark goddess, the love goddess, the receptive magnetic goddess, they all got to be there. That's why it is so liberating. There's so many like other experiences I can share with you, and I can give you a link later on of testimonials if you want to read women's experiences. But what I want to ask you is, what are the patterns in your life that you feel the goddess is initiating you into to heal? What are the outer patterns? Is it like a love block, a money block, a block around your business, your fertility, where you live? So let's just think of and list out your top 3. Or if there's more that are really important to you right now, you're welcome to write them as well. And then what do you feel are some inner blocks or struggles or patterns or wounds? Unworthiness, we talked about, self-love, doubt, fear. What's showing up for you right now, sister, is that you feel the goddess is calling you into healing, right? What is the dark goddess saying? Come, let's heal this. Let's uncover the root. Let's transform it so that you can remember who you are. Okay, so they're starting to come in. There's just a little bit of a lag between my live and the chat. But so now they're coming in. So an addiction to love, or it's love addictions. I don't know if that's love, like love blocks and addiction issues, or an addiction to love, but both. Inherited blocks from maternal line. Yeah, I mean, really all of us have, we sometimes just don't realize that we have. Patience, patterns with lack, insecurity, and jealousy and love, self-worth, toxic ex as well, like the woman you mentioned. Yep. Money and love blocks. Oh, Sharon saying I have Venus and Capricorn, and so these two seem to be related to meeting soulmates through work. Sure. But at the same time, I will share another of our AGT clients. She's Hindu, and she was told by a Vedic priest, which is a really prominent part of their big life decisions, that her astrology made it that she will not get married again. And when she shared this with me, I said, is he God? I mean, if he's God, then I can't argue. But she's like, no, he's not God. I'm like, okay, then who has power? Like, does this person have power, or do you? With God, with Goddess, with our connection to God, Goddess, all things are possible. So I don't care what the fuck your astrology looks like or what your priest said. With me, on my watch, in our work, it's all happening for you. And part of my priestess gift, what I awaken women to as well as in our work, is we're very multidimensional, and I enter a realm where I see all the possibilities, and I see the one where my client, or like whatever you want, I see that version of you who has it. And for me, that's the only version of you that exists. And then when we come together, like in my vortex, that's why in my application process, for example, for joining to work with me, I actually ask, what do you desire to manifest? What do you desire to release and heal? Because there's things I do behind the scenes. If you join us, if you're accepted with the goddesses, where it's like, okay, this goddess is entering, and let's say it's like Sarah Johnson is entering, and she is ready to heal this, this, and this, and manifest this and this. And we together enter the temple space where we see that version of you, where that has already happened. It's very quantum. It's very magical. This does already exist in the inner realms. And she joins your journey in the Awakened Goddess training. She joins you in the Goddess Mystery School. And this version of you, is like another goddess amongst the goddesses birthing through you. And she is the one you become at the end. So all that to say, lineage blocks, astrology, like all of that, we can be aware of it, but we bring it in to free ourselves. And any kind of spiritual approach or other approach we should always use it to work for us, never against us. They're there to empower us, not to take our power away. We can never let them, or a priest or whoever, the stars themselves, make us feel powerless. So we are freaking goddesses, okay? Okay, I was told I would never get married until I remove some jinn. Oh God, that's such a typical psychic cliche. I'm sorry, I was told that kind of nonsense too, and long time ago. For my baby Cyrus, I actually was referred through a friend to a Vedic priestess, and she said to me, she gave me 1,000 things to do, right? Including like changing my whole entire home's feng shui, arrangements. I had to become a 100% vegan, take off diamonds because of where Venus was landing in my Vedic astrological chart. And she actually said these words to me. She said, if you don't take off your diamond ring, at that time I had this one. Eric got me. This is very special. It was to celebrate our 10-year wedding anniversary and Cyrus's birth, with the two flames that shine and create a diamond, our sun in the middle. So anyway, we double diamond up, but what she had said was, and Eric was there for this call because we did this couple reading with her. If you don't become 100% vegan and change all these things in your house and take off all your diamonds forever, she actually said to me, you will never become pregnant. I guarantee it. And this woman was called Devi, and she's like really renowned in India. And plus she said, you have to fly my whole team over to your home to do all these pujas. And I just felt first so dejected, and disheartened, because there was like 1,000 other protocols we had to follow according to her. And that was my fuck this shit moment. I was like, no. And I'm so grateful. And what I love for you, and what I love about the path that the goddesses share with us, is this path feels, it's not like something you have to do. Like one more thing you have to do. It's a path of returning to yourself. And it feels so natural and beautiful and empowering. Literally, I have women who do like the first initiation and they're like, I don't want to leave this one. Can I just stay here, please? It's just like so home, so safe, so cozy, like you're wrapped and held by the goddess. And like, do I have to move to the next initiation? It's like, yes, it gets better, it gets more. So yeah, I'm here for a world where we are all doing it our way. That's most natural and fun and beautiful and magical and powerful for us. Love you. Thank you for this. Yeah, man, it's true. I know. Yeah. And I will say, like, I've had some wonderful astrologers and psychics and healers as well. But that's the thing. It's like the ones who empower you, those are the kind of people you want to work with. And any healer, psychic, astrologer, like any person that takes away your power, that's not for you, right? All these tools, practices, guides are there to support and empower us. Okay, goddesses. All right. So the goddesses made me write this down when I was preparing for this masterclass. And what they said was, there is so much love for you. The whole universe loves you so much that when we begin this work, the goddesses, all they really want us to awaken to is in the descent part, right? So this is the code, like the first code is the descent, is our past wounds and decisions and patterns, like how I've made this decision that I won't have more in front of these family members, lest they harm me again. They're actually there to protect us. So oftentimes we can get so frustrated with ourselves and say, oh, my unworthiness block, or my self-sabotage, or I keep blocking myself, or what is my block? We get so hung up and obsessed with our block. And we get so frustrated that, like, how am I sabotaging myself? What am I doing to sabotage myself in love and money and health and whatever, fertility, whatever it is? But in the mystery schools, excuse me one second, we uncover that with unconditional love and compassion, that all the supposed self-sabotage is actually there just trying to protect us. So even our fear, it just wants you to be safe. That's all. And the goddess helps to love that fear and that part of us into healing, where we're not mad at it or resisting it or frustrated at this part of ourselves that's so scared or has been so hurt. right? They just empower us to face the root cause and to heal it, whether it's our shadow self, our inner child, our past life, karmic, energetic, and including, very importantly, lineage lines. And I'm extremely proud of the lineage line work that happens that I've done myself and with my clients, because it frees especially our feminine lines of oppression, lack, sacrifice, compromise, struggle, isolation, rejection, abandonment, overgiving, martyrdom, patterns with the masculine. And it frees our lines before and after. And when we then come back to our true power of healing and everything, healing and transforming everything from the inside, this is the vision. Like, I want you to imagine this dark, that's alchemy, turning into gold, and the gold flowing outside of you. This is like this element of fire and the burning of the old substance, the original substance, the lead, like it was lead or this original matter that you bring in, into gold through and through. And that inner gold shines and radiates out into golden manifestations in your life. And they happen from deep love and power. And then just to make it more tangible, like embracing this dark goddess self and your full spectrum goddess nature is to embrace the sacred pain, the grief, the rage, the impatience, the all those parts of us, those darker parts of us, having your fuck this shit moments and saying yes to all of yourself and affirming there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with my life. I'm not doing anything wrong. Everything is an invitation, initiation from the goddess herself to remind me of who the fuck I am, to face everything from my full truth and power, from your full truth and power. And I want to also clarify, like when we talk about ease with the goddess, the ease doesn't always mean like life is going to be easy. I am not here to tell you that, because the goddess is cyclical, right? She welcomes the full cycle of our experience. There's a purpose we're here in the human. Otherwise, we'd just be hanging out in heaven the whole time. But we do come here to have this full range of experiences that enrich us. The difference is that we face them from our power. So the ease with the goddess doesn't come with the sense that it's always going to be easy. Like life will challenge us, right? It's natural. Sometimes like someone or something we love, like there's death in life. There's loss, right? There are things. And the ease comes from us embracing everything that will show up from our power and from our truth and from deep compassion and love. Not resisting and being like, oh, I thought I'd ascended and transcended. I'm this goddess. And why has this shown up? And that doesn't happen. Like once we come out on the other side, it's like, welcome, I shall transmute you. You are a gift and a treasure. And it really is. You become the alchemist. It's just, it restores you to your power. Okay, so I hope this has been really empowering. I'm going to go a little faster with our second two codes, but I want us to anchor this in. So we're going to raise our arms up. This helps to bring in and feel our Shakti, our power, and affirm with me. I am ready to face, heal, and transform all my inner and outer blocks and wounds and patterns and struggles. I'm ready to resurrect my dark goddess power. I'm ready to descend where she would have me descend so that I may face and uproot and heal and transform at the source all that I'm ready to for my highest good as my dark goddess self, as all of myself. I'm ready to heal and embrace, transform and transmute my sacred pain and rage and frustration and grief and disappointments and sadness, anger, everything. my shadow emotions, my jealousy, envy, unworthiness, lack of self-love, doubt and fear. I'm ready to alchemize all of this darkness into divine wholeness, into gold of who I am, into my truth and power, empowering me, liberating me to be and have it all as my full spectrum goddess self. I now open to accepting, seeing, loving, and honoring all of myself with full compassion and power. Hands to our hearts, so be it, and so it is. How did that feel, goddesses? I hope it just felt like a big, empowering, loving hug to all of yourself inside, to all the parts of you. And has it landed for you now that the descent into your dark self is the first key to liberating you from all the things on the outside in your life where you feel there's struggle or suffering or strife, sacrifice, compromise, stagnation, blocks, frustration, disappointments, like all of it. That the descent inward, the healing of the darkness into this gold, into embracing and coming into your full power as your full spectrum goddess self, unleashes the power to heal everything on the outside from within. So a journal question I want to leave you with is this. You can share it in the chat here if you want to, but who is leading your life? So when I say this, I mean, is it the unhealed, scared, wounded child or princess or damsel? Like I had the damsel, princess, victim archetype for a while, the shadow self? Or is it the alchemized, empowered, full spectrum goddess queen that is leading your life? Which version of you is it? And they're both sacred and welcome. But this alchemist in you, this dark goddess alchemist queen, she has the power to take the damsel, the victim, the inner child, the shadow, all of her into herself to alchemize and heal her and liberate you. This is another reason I know that women, when like you enter my AGT, experience instant miracles the moment they make their payment. They're like, what is happening? Because when in the goddess mystery school traditions, when a woman enters, you're not seen as whatever you have brought in, like anything that for you has felt not working inside of yourself or in your life. When you arrive in the temple and in my temple, you are seen in your wholeness the moment you arrive, and you are the version of you that, like I said, already has and is it all. She is the one who enters, as far as I'm concerned. The most powerful version of you. The already awakened queen goddess who has it all, more full power. That's the version of you that enters. And then in every call, all the time, you're fully seen in your wholeness. And any blocks that you bring in are welcomed as the potential, the treasures, the soon-to-be gold. Rich and powerful and divine. And I always see you in your wholeness, completely healed and powerful beyond measure. Right? So this is just the beginning of this process. I'm just going to check it. That was profound. Thank you, Simon. So happy to hear that. Goddess of the underworld and heaven. Yes. Okay. Mostly victim shadow at this time, Lala. So you have the power to love that part of you and to alchemize her into your dark goddess self, who can guide you into healing all of this. Yes, it's true. God loves every version of us. And so this is what I'm trying, I hope I'm conveying as well, is that all of you is sacred. All of you is equally worthy and loved and lovable. But what we want to know in our life is, it's not a matter of God loving us. That's always just a given. It's how are we operating in our life? Is it from our power, or are we giving away our power? That's the question. And who's leading your life? That's exactly what I needed. I never allow myself to accept my darkness and feel so unworthy and guilty and hold so much shame around this. My love. See, all of you is welcome here. You are the dark goddess. Like, there are goddesses of grief. There are goddesses of rage, sacred rage. There are goddesses of sacred wrath and liberation. Pele and her volcanic rage that burns the old to create the new, right? Galima, warrior goddess who will destroy the illusions and free and liberate us into who we are. All of you is sacred. Every single part of you, there's a goddess that is that. Sorry, Hui, I don't understand your statement. Like you're saying, I feel like no one leads HHH. We're in pause mode. So if like you're speaking of yourself, then this is the moment where you get to decide who is leading my life. So maybe who has been leading my life? And in this holy moment, how do I choose to lead my life? And I hope you'll say from my power, from my full self, all of myself. Right? Okay. So the second phase, it's 222 here, which I love, a magical divine number for code 2. And this is the ascent. This is us rising into our liberation. This is the process of transmutation, where you are filled with who you are, this other version of you. So this is our, when we think of the goddess, oftentimes what the goddess is, our divine feminine radiance and power and magic and wisdom, but she is not more than, right? So Inanna, queen of earth and heaven, is not more worthy than Erish Kigal, the queen of the underworld. And actually these two goddesses are us. Together, they're like that yin yang of our own wholeness. There's a rhythm and a cycle, right? We are cyclical beings. We go through this with the seasons of the moon, the earth, with our bodies. And after the descent, the death, and the healing and transformation, we're rebirthed into our power, our truth. And like all of that is not denied or bypassed or oppressed, but like deeply loved into healing. So we do the sacred work. We've done the shadow or inner child or karmic or energetic or lineage from a place of power, never from like, oh, I have to do this to heal my block or manifest the thing that I want, but like, I get to, oh, what a beautiful invitation. And I'm choosing to gift this to myself, to devote to myself, love myself so much, right? And to come home to your power. You now rise and ascend. And what happens is when we purge something, so a lot of purging happens in that initial process. Now we've created space, and what do we want to fill that with? And we want to be very conscious and willful and decisive and clear about what we're going to fill ourselves with here. So like on a really practical level in our journey in the AGT, there's like womb clearing that happens. as one aspect, which is there's so much we carry in our wombs. Like I carried failed fertility treatments and losses and grief and rage, sexual trauma. You can have cords with our exes or anyone that we've been sexually intimate with, sexual wounds, any body shaming, guilting, our relationship to our body. So much is carried in our womb and our yonis. So we do a lot of clearing of this beautiful, powerful, energetic center that is such a huge center of our feminine power. And then once she's clear, we fill her. It's not so much filling her, it's more that you return to the source of radiance inside of you. So it's more actually that the natural divine power of your womb radiates from inside. You don't fill her from anything outside of her. So her natural, healthy, radiant state is one of radiance and fertility, creativity, power, passion, bliss, sensuality, sexuality, bliss, sacred union, holy desire, vitality, beauty. And now the way has been cleared for all this to radiate through and overflow. So the second code is around this beautiful cycle, the death and rebirth, the emptying, and then the filling. And it creates your receptivity to outer miracles. Like money loves you, lovers love you, babies love you, homes love you, opportunities love you. If you want to travel, like we have women manifesting. 2 women couldn't make it to call recently. One, AGT sister Elizabeth, she shared this in her testimonial, so it's fine. Like just manifested an unexpected trip to Hawaii with her beloved. Ashley's always traveling. She's calling us from the most beautiful exotic places, and they're always like paid 5-10-star luxury experiences, right? And she's not in the travel world, she just manifests them. So like any random thing that you want happens on the outside because you're radiating from the inside. And the ascent now is like becoming the queen of earth and heaven. So now as the vessel, you're channeling these heavenly blessings into earth. And the shift has happened because of the transmutation of the dark into the light, because you didn't repress anything, you didn't deny anything, you didn't shut yourself down, you didn't shame or guilt yourself for all of yourself, but you welcomed and embraced all of it so lovingly that now you're actually radiating from your full power. If we only revere and honor like the light goddess, let's just call them that, the goddess of, sexiness and pleasure and beauty and joy and light and fulfillment and sensuality, we're denying the full range of our dark goddess self. And so then we're only half as powerful. But when we come home and embark on these journeys and go through this process, you went all the way down and in and through your deepest, darkest self, and then love all of you into healing, turn that darkness into the gold of who you are, your pain becoming your power, your wounds becoming your wisdom, your patterns becoming your lessons. This is this process of transmutation, of the goldening, where from the inside, fear, doubt, unworthiness, lack of self-love, lack of trust is transmuted into the gold of faith, trust, divine worthiness, self-love, confidence, and empowerment. And this inevitably, naturally transforms from the inside out any outer patterns of lack, shitty relationships, abandonment, loneliness, struggle, burnout, confusion, like whatever it is, into abundance, the most beautiful relationships, love, family, friendships, whatever area, connection, support, intimacy. queenly standards so that you no longer operate in those old patterns, grace and flow. And this is where the pleasure and vitality and clarity and creativity come in, inside and out. So how does it feel knowing that you have the power to be all of it, to create all of this, and that nothing is wrong? No part of you is wrong. I hope it feels really comforting and brings you peace and is very liberating. And it feels like home. I deeply desire for you to feel like, wow, all of me is welcome. And as I embrace all of me, this is my path to miracles. An example from my own life was I kept shifting in my previous life. It feels like now, but it was in this lifetime, in like the mid 2000s to 2011. My corporate career, I kept manifesting horrible bosses, very toxic and abusive. And I kept then quitting and getting a new job, quitting a new job. And each time the new boss would initially seem really cool, and then they would end up repeating the same pattern. And then I realized it doesn't matter how many times I change my circumstances. And by the way, I was using vision boards and visualizations and affirmations to keep manifesting these new jobs, which I did manifest very easily. I did keep getting pay increases, but that pattern with the authorities was still showing up no matter what. Even if like I would get this one job and that boss quit, and then I had to deal with like the higher up person who was horrible. It's like things would rearrange to repeat that pattern for me, no matter how much I tried to change them on the outside. And it's like we can't control the outside, but when we heal the inside, everything on the outside naturally shifts and it feels like flow. And so then what happened is, the last one being the worst one, I finally realized it had to do with all the ways in which my power had been taken from me as a child, and in past lives, past life wounds of persecution, and in this life, a lot of abuse and trauma. So once I shifted and healed this, that is when I became a healer. I became my own boss. I actually rose into my divine dharmic destiny, that I wasn't meant to even be in that world, but I was meant to do this work, be my own boss, be my own power. And now I attract soulmate clients. Like we fall in love with each other, not just when we're working together, but my clients stay in touch with me. I started my practice in 2012, and we still update each other. Well, like they'll update me and stay in touch. And like, of course, many of them, we don't work together, the ones that worked with me many years ago, because they manifested their dreams. And so like they might join me on a trip to Egypt or Peru when I host retreats. But the pattern that I had to break free of was not one of changing my outside jobs. It was about healing my issues with authority, my fear of authority, and taking back my power and living for my own authority and power. There was a lot that happened there behind the scenes, but it was the outer blocks were an invitation for the deepest inner liberation. Oh, Lala, I'm sending you so much love. Hello, welcome. Okay. All right. All right, my love. So, how does it feel to remember that the full spectrum goddess in you is all the way the darkest depths of who you are, the lightest light of who you are, the underworld to the heavens, and everything in between. And that you are even more powerful in yourself and in your life as you embrace all of yourself. Someone mentioned like God loves me all versions. Like, yes, exactly. And so the initiation from the gods is that we do this for ourselves. When we come into our full spectrum power now, like really hone the gifts of our sacred grief and rage and our sacred pleasure and radiance and magnetism and everything in between, the full spectrum of all of our feminine nature, you amplify your magnetism. And you amplify your power as source Ura so that you become the source and you're not denying any part of yourself. How does it feel to know that you are most powerful with all of yourself welcomed into wholeness, embraced and activated? And that you get to create your divine life on your own goddess terms from all of yourself, not denying any part of yourself. But it's all sacred, it's all you, it's all love, it's all God, Goddess. So when you reach this level, it's now no longer just like, is it safe for me? But you know that it is sacred for you to be and have it all. And it's such a beautiful next level of our experience, our cyclical descent and ascent as women. The masculine traditions, they're like a linear ascent. They're a linear, transcendence of all earthly desires and selves and ego, and then liberation of this physical experience over and over. Enlightenment, it's like so much detachment, whereas the feminine is this beautiful cycle that it's all holy. All of the underworld, the dark, and all the earth, and all of the heaven, and everything in between, it's all goddess. I hope this is landing. And so to deepen it in, I invite you to place your hands on your womb and your heart. Let your body move the way she wants to, and affirm. Divine goddesses, I'm ready to ascend. I'm ready to transmute all my inner patterns. I'm ready to transmute all fear, doubt, unworthiness, lack of self-love or trust, and let it be transmuted from my full feminine power, from all of myself, into true divine faith, trust, worthiness, love, confidence, empowerment. And I'm ready as my full spectrum goddess self, as all of myself, to heal and transmute all outer patterns of lack, imbalanced relationships, rejection, abandonment, struggle, blocks in any way, transmuting them into divine abundance, love, blessings, bliss, expansion, sovereignty, support, freedom, grace, clarity, vitality, pleasure, and bliss. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. Oh. Sylvia's here. Hi, Sylvia. Sylvia is so magical, and she has joined already our next round of the Wicked Goddess training. Welcome, welcome, Sylvia. So beautiful. Okay, so my loves, I hope that code anchored in. We've done the descent. We've celebrated the ascent. And this final one, I've been seeding it this whole time. The final code is that as when you become your full spectrum goddess self, when you fully awaken to her, all of yourself is sacred, divine, and powerful. You become the vortex. You become like truly a living, breathing vortex, because nothing is resisted anymore. Nothing inside of you is like, nothing has been shunned or denied or blocked. or repressed or unloved. There's no part of yourself that you're resisting. There's no part of your life that you're resisting. Everything is welcome as holy and divine. And you've been purified. You've awakened all your divine feminine archetypal energy. And we are so freaking lucky as women, so blessed that we don't just have one Shakti. Like you might have heard the word Shakti, divine feminine power. We have so many Shaktis. There's the Yoga Nidra Shakti, which is the Shakti of deep rest. And our AGT, the Goddess Mystery Schools too, like you first arrive and you're held in deep, deep, deep emptying, entering the womb, so that all the Shaktis may be birthed through you. So this third piece, this final phase here, it's really condensed. Like I try to condense for a free masterclass, a whole Goddess Mystery School process. But this is activating our full divine feminine Shaktis, our unleashing our archetypal energies and powers. And these range from the dark goddess, the warrioress, the alchemist, the sorceress, the transformeress, the liberatoress, the wild woman, the witch who is the healer, the wise woman, the medicine woman, the shamaness and sage, the enchantress, the magician, the prophetess, the oracle, the leader, the high priestess, the mystic, the loveress, the creatrix, the queen, and the empress. And so many more. Like there's the huntress. There's just so many divine feminine archetypes, triple goddesses, the maiden, mother, crone. And you don't have to know all of these. I just want you to even feel their energy being activated inside of you, because there's a remembrance that happens. But what does it do for us to awaken all these divine feminine archetypal Shaktis? So first, you return home and become all of your feminine self, all of your divine feminine self, because we know that our all the way back to our most shadowy, wounded inner child self is also divine and part of us. And the queen goddess self is divine and part of us. And they're all equally worthy, valuable, lovable, and divine. But from this place then of being so fully awakened in all of you, nothing is resisted. You flow. Everything can flow. The divine energies and Shaktis can flow through you. And then they overflow. And from overflow, you become a channel of miracles for others. Because you have become purified. You've healed your darkness. You've ignited your, Shaktis from the dark goddess of the underworld, the goddess of the earth, the goddess of the heaven and the cosmos and the universe and universes. And what it does for us as women, what it does for you to awaken all these archetypal energies, it awakens your divine feminine powers, your divine feminine wisdom, so you make the best, divinely aligned intuitive decisions in every part of your life. You know where to go, what to say, what to do, what not to do. You operate from your deep feminine intuition, from your womb, from your heart, from your third eye, from your soul. So you can co-create your dreams in alignment with your soul. You awaken the divine feminine power of alchemy and healing, of course, and also of the warrior goddess courage, the dark goddess is sacred rage, so that you can, like I mentioned, Pele, like I love her example of the lava burning the old so she can create the new Hawaiian Islands. So you can create heaven on earth. Through the goddess gifts of compassion and grace, you heal, you forgive, you cleanse, you purify old karmic contracts, freeing yourself and all other souls, liberating and blessing so many souls, not just yourself. You awaken pleasure and passion and sensuality, which ignites your work, your relationships, It revives you. It opens you. It makes you irresistible. You awaken your sacred sexuality, however you enjoy that. Express that. Be open to divine ecstasy, your purpose, your dharma, and fertility in any way that you desire. This is the divine feminine power that you unleash to create, whether it's a business, a meal, a baby, whatever it is. You awaken your gifts of magnetism and receptivity so that the divine right partner, the divine opportunities, the divine clients, they flow to you, they flock to you. Sovereignty and abundance, radiance and magic, like you become the embodiment of it all. And as you, this is the piece, you become the embodiment. And when you embody, you become the channel. And people around you are just like ignited, it ripples through you. We got this, an update from our beautiful client, Tarana, who's joined AGT current round. And before this is even over, has already signed up for the next round for her next level. But she shared how not only did she experience miracles herself in her writing career, with abundance, with a trip, with her relationship with her beloved, but it's been rippling out. Like her mom bought a dream lake house that has been a lifelong dream for her, and she was able to buy it with such ease. And they get it as a romantic getaway as well. And she even said she met a new friend, like a brand new friend. And this friend was like overworking and being underpaid. And she said, through the abundance initiation, I did an activation for her to also be divinely compensated. And she goes, this new friend contacted me to say, I got this really unexpected, I think, promotion. And she got paid so much more. So Tarana has become like me, like my clients, you become a channel of blessings for others. Another goddess, like I'm thinking of Camellia, and it was so beautiful how not only did she heal body dysmorphia and abundance blocks, but she said her mom and sister healed things. I think her sister had a pattern with narcissistic men, and she was finally getting therapy and healing herself around it. And her mom had a pattern of getting shitty jobs, and she finally had her fuck the shit moment and manifested a wonderful new job. And Camellia manifested so many miracles. But she said, I didn't teach them what I was learning in the AGT, but just by me embodying, it was rippling out, and it was magical to witness around the women, the feminine line in our own life. And this is why this work is so important to me. Because like I said, like to come full circle now, my love, it's not just about us. I feel like the thing that we want to heal and or manifest that initiates us into returning home to our goddess selves and becoming our full spectrum goddess selves and becoming the embodiment of our full feminine shaktis and powers and archetypal energies. That is actually the goddess's way of making us the channel for God, goddess, to bless through us, to love through us, to heal through us, to, just bring more abundance and light and miracles and blessings. We become, as women, living, breathing miracle vortexes. I was even tempted to call this masterclass the vortex, or like becoming the portal, becoming the vortex, because that is the level that I and my clients, like, we have uncovered. This wasn't actually, like, for many clients, their plan or intention. Like, everyone joins, I want to heal this, I want to manifest these things for myself, which is beautiful. And then it starts rippling to everyone around. And that's like the most beautiful, unexpected, divine surprise. So, wow, this is so much bigger than me. Everyone around me is becoming blessed. This magic, these blessings are flowing out so much beyond me. And this is why I want this for all of us, because I know that every single one of us, that awakens to our full spectrum goddess power becomes the vessel of infinite blessings for so many more. And it ripples and ripples and ripples. And of course, you know, your life becomes a living, breathing inspiration for others. The abundance that suddenly everyone sees you attracting with ease, and the love that you have and radiance, like people want to know what's your secret, and you inspire them. So how does it feel? Like, what would it, let me rephrase the question. What would it be like to you? What would it be to become the embodiment, of all your feminine powers, Shaktis? And in doing so, even if initially, if it's for yourself to heal, elevate every part of your own life, to manifest miracles in your life, to manifest your boldest dreams, that's what I'm here for in my world. Women, manifest your boldest dreams. But then not only to do that, but then to become the vessel of infinite expansion and overflow. This is the level that you ascend to, the infinite expansion, overflow for yourself, for your loved ones, and for so many people you may not even know or meet. What does it feel like to know that this is how powerful you are? And what does it change for you to know that this challenge in my life, or this experience that I want to heal, this pattern I'm ready to break free of, inside or out, it's the goddess calling me back home to myself to not only heal this, but this is just the excuse through which she is awakening through me fully, so that she can unleash infinite blessings for me and also through me. I just feel filled with such humility and grace and freedom and expansion. I'd love to hear what that does for you, what that feels like for you. So much bigger than us ultimately, isn't it? Becoming the embodiment, all your full spectrum goddess powers and shaktis, archetypal energies, and in doing so, becoming a vortex, a channel of miracles. Just going to check into our chat, so let me know how that feels for you. And let us, by the way, goddesses have come through. I know I haven't said many goddesses' names yet, because they're all showing themselves to me as Mahadevi, as full spectrum goddess. And in full spectrum goddess, there's a lot of goddesses. Like in my training, every initiation has at least 5 goddesses. And Goddess Isis watches over the whole training as well. So there are a lot of goddesses. But in this moment, I have to say, they're showing me that this state of embodiment into infinite overflow and expansion is Lakshmi behind me, is Isis Ma behind me, right? It's just that full overflow. Roberta also doing the AGT. Welcome, Roberta. I love you. Welcome, welcome. She's like, that is exactly what I want for me, to be the full embodiment of all divine power, to bless me and all, to be power, yeah, as powerful as I truly am. Yes. Yes. So true. I left a bad up to my dream job. And so did my mom and aunt after me. That's so, Sarah, you are the light leader and liberator of the women in your family. Oh, Aarti, I don't know if you saw what I was giving them your example and telling them about your wedding, Aarti, and you inspired so many women. someone specifically was trying to heal, saying that they wanted to heal something with like the masculine in their past. And I shared how you did that, and you like manifested your beloved at the end of like last year, 2021, when we finished our journey. And in less than a year, you're getting there. And you went to Egypt. So Aarti's in the house. Oh yeah, there you are. You're saying, I'm happy to hear my story. This journey, Aarti said, this journey really is magical and transformed so many things for my life. I'm so happy to hear that. And also happy birthday, Aarti. Love you so much. And so with Aarti, I always told her to, like, Aarti, because sometimes, you know, she would come in and be like, bring her doubt and fear and say, the goddesses are just, and I love this, like when we're intimate, I can channel and tell you what the goddesses are showing me for you. And I just said, I see Aarti, I see you as a bride. I see you as a bride. And I still see Aarti like as a bride. I don't know Aarti if you're gonna wear red lipstick, but in my vision, the goddesses showed me red lipstick. At the end of our journey, Aarti started wearing red lipstick anyway. So it was really fun to see that unfolding. Yeah, Roberta, so happy to join the AGT. I'm so excited. But yes, yes, yes. So goddesses, this is who you are. We are all in our fullest power, so much more than just capable of healing every part of ourselves. Like the gods are bringing in this vision, so I'm going to invite you to see this. I had an invocation written down, which I channeled before, but I'm going to let them flow through what's coming through right now. This is this. You are so much more capable. You're capable of so much more than healing everything in your life that you wish to, everything in yourself that you wish to, transforming and transmuting it into gold of wisdom, of love, of just your power and truth, with deep compassion and grace, accepting, embracing all of it, loving all of you, loving all of your life. You are capable of so much more than just manifesting everything you desire. To the goddess in her grandness, in her mightiness, in her infiniteness, she lovingly laughs and says, beloved daughter, remember who you are, remember whose you are, remember that you are me and I am you. And healing everything you want, manifesting everything you want is a given. When you return to your power, the true invitation is, are you willing to be a vessel of infinite blessings for your lines and for others and for this world? To be a living, breathing instrument and channel and priestess of God, goddess, flowing infinite divine love and miracles and blessings through you to bless and elevate our world and create heaven on earth. And affirming, I am now ready to embody this, goddesses. I welcome you to me and through me fully and completely, to heal all of myself, of course, to manifest everything I desire, of course, and even more so, offering myself to be a clear channel of infinite, overflowing blessings for myself and all, miracles for myself and all. With all of my divine feminine Shaktis awakened and unleashed and ignited for the highest good of all, being a living Lakshmi, a living Aphrodite, a living Isis, a living full spectrum goddess, all of my dark goddess self, all of my queens of the underworld and of earth and heaven and everything in all realms and all dimensions. I am the all goddess. I am the full spectrum goddess. And I'm one with infinite miracles for myself and for all. And with this, goddesses, I'm going to ask that you actually just stay here with your eyes closed. I'm going to anoint you with a very special oil to me, very dear to me. It's my goddess Isis oil that I got from her temples in Egypt. and receive this etheric anointing. Entering this divine temple of all the goddesses. There's 3 sacred chambers. You walk to the first chamber. As you enter it, the dark goddesses greet you. And you share with them everything, all your struggles, everything that you are ready to surrender for healing, to heal with them from your power. All the inner and outer struggles, empty them to her. And affirm, divine goddesses, I surrender everything to you for complete healing, purification, transmutation for my highest good. And place them on her altar. And she embraces you as you affirm, I am you, you are me, I am the divine dark goddess. They guide you to a new chamber, and it's filled with light. It's radiant and lush. And you share what you're ready to unleash from your overflow, and all that you are ready to manifest and desire to create as goddess of earth, what you desire in your earthly life, goddess of heaven, what you desire for your soul, for your spiritual life. See all that the goddesses are ready to create with you, and you as them. See yourself now with experiencing and living and radiating the love, the most loving relationships. If you desire the sacred union, the soulmate relationship, healthy, loving, supportive relationships with everyone else, everywhere you go. Beauty, everywhere you go, everywhere you are, flourishing around you. Abundance that keeps flowing, like you are Lakshmi herself, and these gold coins are just bursting out of you in blessing to all, not just you. Freedom. You are free to do what you want, have what you want, go where you want to go, do what you want to do, be all of yourself, express all of yourself. See the tangible, taste the details. These goddesses are the goddesses of earth and heaven. So your earth goddess self gets sensual with the details. See them, feel them, touch them, smell them, taste them. Full sensory experience of them now, of being it all, having it all now. This beautiful contentment and power and joy and radiance and bliss radiating from your heart, your womb, your body, your soul. As you affirm, I am ready to be all this, to have all this, to create all this, to receive all this as my full goddess self. From my pleasure and power and truth and radiance and sexiness and playfulness and joy and bliss, and alchemize to my dark goddess self. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Yes, you are. And now the goddesses guide you to the final chamber, the third chamber, 3, the number, the holy triple number of the goddess. And this chamber has it all. It shows you the underworld and the lavas of the goddess and the paradise of the goddess and the earth. Pele is here, Isis, Lakshmi, Aphrodite, Ereshkigal, Kali Ma, Lilith. So many more goddesses are here. And they're all equally powerfully radiating through you. And now You have merged all the goddesses from the dark to the light, and you become their embodiment. And in doing so, awakened all these archetypal Shaktis and divine feminine powers. All of yourself, your full spectrum goddess self embodied. And you become the channel of healing miracles for yourself. And this expands to overflowing miracles, radiating and rippling out to all past, present, future, all lines through all dimensions. This is how powerful you are as full spectrum goddess. So be it, and so it is. And gently opening your eyes, and let me know in the chat how that felt and how you are feeling having received all this, having received this remembrance of your truth, this deep divine love and reverence for all of yourself as sacred, as goddess, as powerful. Let me know when you come back. Tears of joy, so ready for myself and for all. Amen. Yes. Amen. Wonderful. So good. I love this. I love this so much. I love you all so much. Ready. That was absolutely beautiful. I'm so ready for my new chapter. Yes, you are. Everyone here is. Every single divine woman here watching, and whenever you're watching, because I can see that not everyone who signed up was able to join, so I am going to send out the replay as well. And I just want everyone to have access to this. I love one of Goddess Lakshmi's gifts is in the divine feminine is the vessel, sacred generosity and love. So I'm going to leave this out there as a gift, as an offering, in hopes that it continues to ripple out blessings to all. So yeah, yes, I love you too. Thank you, Simon. So powerful. Hi, Aarti. We have two Aartis. It's so magical. We have two goddess Aartis. And AGT2, we had an Aarti, and we have a beautiful new goddess Aarti in the current round. So beautiful. I see myself as royalty in my vision. Well, that's because you are. Yes. That is the truth of who you are, Roberta. I feel like I became a rainbow of colors that were in the whole room too. I was one with everything, colorful and radiant. Oh, Roberta, I'm so happy. And Roberta, we're going to go so deep in the actual Awakened Goddess training that you have now joined. So I cannot even wait for all the magic that's going to unfold for you. Maya says it feels like Beauty and the Beast in unity. How beautiful. What a lovely analogy. Yes, Queen. Thank you. I feel amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, my goddesses. This is who you are. Every single one of you is everything. So it is time for us to come home, to come home, to come home. All of you is sacred. Everything happening in your life right now is a blessing. It's sacred. And please don't take that in a way where, it's to undermine or minimize any struggle that you're having. I deeply know that. And the intention there is to invite you into deep grace around it, like to welcome it and I deeply know this firsthand. Like I said, in the Awakened Goddess training, first round leading it, I created the initiations live and now they're recorded, but in the creation of the Dark Goddess is when I experienced death in my own body and loss and grief, right? So it's from deep lived experience that I know that everything is sacred and there's power in it all. There's power in embracing the grief and the darkness and in emerging and ascending into the light, and in being the cycle of continuous expansion, and eventually and ultimately becoming the vessel and the vortex from your own full return home to the embodiment. So I hope this has been deeply inspiring for you all. And I'm so grateful for your time and for your openness and your vulnerability and your receptivity. I see you all as full spectrum, fully powerful goddesses in every way, capable of so much more than just healing everything that you want to heal in your life and manifesting and creating everything you want to from your full spectrum goddess power. I see the living, breathing potentiality and the invitation from the goddesses for you to become her vessel, her vortex, and the channel of miracles for yourself and all. So with that, my sisters, it completes our beautiful masterclass. And what I would love to do now is, for those of you who desire to explore what it looks like, what it feels like to go deeper, to embark on the journey for yourself with me, to go through all of this in a much, not only deeper way, but to be fully and completely supported and held by the goddesses, by me, by fellow soul sisters. I am so excited to share that doors, temple doors to the Awakened Goddess Training Ground 4 are officially open as of this moment to beautiful aligned goddesses. And one of the reasons I love to share my first invitation in this type of space is because I know every woman who is here is already aligned, a beautiful soul sister. So the Awakened Goddess Training, I'm just going to, I have all the details beautifully in depth in the actual page. So I'm going to just share that with you in the chat so you can go through it yourselves. This is a 6-month living, breathing temple vortex of becoming the full spectrum goddess, embodying the full spectrum goddess through divine feminine initiation, alchemy, transmutation, transcendence, embodiment. It is a journey of the descent and the ascent and the expansion and becoming the vessel. It is a journey of healing everything, manifesting everything with and as full spectrum goddess from your full feminine power. Every part of you is welcome, and you are so deeply supported. I have my book, if that's the level you're ready for right now, that takes you to like a mini version of this. There's a lot of free YouTube videos. There's $49-ish goddess circles. This offering is for the woman who's like, yes, I love all those resources and I know I can help myself, but I deserve and am ready and I'm deciding, I'm gifting to myself a journey, a 6-month journey with Saima. If you connect to me as a mentor and would like to be in my space, right? Just that you want to be deeply held and supported by someone like myself, where I hold in the moment you share with me in your application what it is you're ready for. For me, it's already done. It's already done. So that part of you is birthed through our journey together. There are 13 initiations we go through. The way the process works is on a Friday, you get your initiation, and the next Thursday, we do our group call. You don't have to be there live. Camellia and Tara, for example, the ones whose examples I gave that became the channels of miracles, they never came to the calls. For their own reasons, different reasons. Tara watched replays with Camellia. I don't even know if she watched the replays, but they still experience the full power. It is beautiful to come because we do a lot of rituals and you're deeply supported, and I do coaching, and I can share with you what I see for you if you desire, right? But there's deep power in that vortex and so much support. So it's this rhythm. And then in the calls, you also awaken your gifts. We do rituals together with the sisters. But truly, this is a journey rooted in the ancient goddess mystery schools, where as you awaken your divine feminine powers, everything in your life shifts. And you'll see, I highly encourage you to read the testimonials from the women. My business coach was like, these are too long. And I'm like, I don't care. I cannot strip out. I have to honor the full journey that my sisters are sharing with me. And they're only some. We have so many more, and we might switch them out because I want to honor everybody. But all the love, all the abundance, all the freedom, the dream homes, the dream babies after infertility, the dream travel, the clients flowing in, the lines healing, the loved ones being blessed, all your own dreams unfolding naturally, inevitably, and miraculously. This is the vortex where they happen with the goddesses. So this is something you desire. The doors are open and you're welcome into the application, because the application helps you get centered in your intention for joining. And like I said, it helps me do my behind the scenes rituals for you in the co-creation process with the goddesses. And there are a couple of beautiful specials I would like to do. So as an opening special for the next 2 days, I first thought I would just do this privately. I did a private masterclass last week, but I felt guided to open this to my full community for 2 days for the next 48 hours. The price will be an additional 10% off of the already special pricing. And that will be for the next 2 days, my loves. And that is just really to celebrate the divine women who are so deeply ready to say yes right now, and to just celebrate this initiation, the kickoff of our beautiful Awakened Goddess Training Round 4. We begin October 31st because that is the Witch's New Year, Samhain, where in this Diwali and eclipse portal, it's the most powerful magical time. And the eclipses are 6-month vortexes of major transformation. It's in Scorpio and Taurus. I'm a Taurus, so it's going to be very powerful for me too. But it's Scorpio is the goddess of the underworld, and then Taurus is the goddess of earth and heaven. Scorpio is Ereshkigal and Kalima and Lilith, and then Taurus is Venus, Aphrodite, Mother Earth, Ishtar, Inanna, Isis. So you actually become all of it in this vortex. I'm giving away some of my mystical, some of the mysteries of this vortex and why it's going to be so powerful. But you are invited, and you can actually, I think, just Google Awakened Goddess Training and my site should come up. I've left the link here for you. We'll put it in the description, and we'll also put it in the course for you as well. For my masterclass sisters, you are the first ones to get access. Space is highly limited. So I am letting you access and apply now, and you'll get priority consideration for applying. So the 48-hour special is for confirming by Thursday, October 13th. I think, let's say midnight, because I know I have women all over the world. So hopefully I wanted to be very graceful for everyone to have a chance to join from all over the world. And there will be some very beautiful surprise bonuses that I think I'll just share through email for those of you who apply. Okay, I'll give you a glimpse. So there's going to be Sacred Sex Goddess activation, Instant Alchemist, and Quantum Manifestress activations that are on top of that, valued at, I believe, 6666. Each one of them is 2222. And then I will soon be announcing surprise bonuses as well. They have to do with a flourishing, divine, feminine, abundant business, and with divine union. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, my loves. So the doors are open and you are welcome into this beautiful vortex that, I mean, all I can say is the first time I led it, I became pregnant after 8 years of infertility, after trying every spiritual, energetic, and medical option that there was. manifested many more blessings. We bought our first investment property. We experienced so much more abundance and time and freedom and fulfillment, bliss, overflow, travel, like so many spiritual and earthly riches and blessings every client has as well. So like the investment for joining, I know it's an investment, but at the same time, like there's no price that I could put on becoming a mother. And same with my clients. Aditi became pregnant after infertility, but clients who like Arti, who manifested their soulmate and getting married, right? Businesses, writing, people written books, completed PhDs, like there are just so many miracles. And each goddess experiencing so many miracles herself that have happened that are pretty priceless. So if you feel that it's your time, and if you desire this level of support from me and the goddesses, you are welcome, welcome, welcome. It will be my joy and delight to go on this most magical, profound, life-changing, transformational journey with you in this incredibly powerful vortex of the Scorpio-Taurus eclipse season, where we can become the full spectrum goddess queens of the underworld and of earth and of heaven and everything in between. So welcome to that, my loves. And I, again, to wrap up, just deeply hope this served you. If you have any questions, you can email team@flourishinggoddess.com. And I'm ready. The goddesses are ready. I feel you are ready. It's been such a joy to share in this sacred space with you. I see you as so powerful. And I know that you are ready for your next step in embodying your full spectrum goddess self, in healing everything, in manifesting everything, in being and having it all from your full feminine power. So be it, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your presence. I love you. We are complete. Namaste. Thank you, goddesses. This was such a joy. Oh, you're all so welcome. So beautiful. My pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. So many hearts and so much love from me. And I can't wait for those of you who are joining our beautiful journey for the deepest level of support and dream manifestation celebrations. So much love.